Now, the first chapter of Eden Zero is actually here, and I am so excited to read it, which is actually Hiro Mashima's new manga, and I am so excited to read and do a review for you guys. And I'm so excited of what he actually created. So here's the review, which is in the beginning of the manga chapter. We actually see a young boy by the name of Shiki with his grandfather and his friend Michael, who actually look at the stars, and then he actually told him that one day that he will actually if he actually stay on the land, and he would actually go to different lands and meet wild people and make friends, which his grandfather actually told him that he actually finds friends who actually cries. He will cherish them, and he will also fight for them. By which we actually get to see that happens as we actually see a ship piloted by a young girl by the name of Rebecca, and Happy was also there on the ship with her, and they actually made it to the Granbell Kingdom, a kingdom that was been actually been resident sorry had been inhabited by robots, as they actually had the first human guests to appear at Granbell Kingdom, by which we actually see how all of the robots are actually rejoice of having first human guests, by which Rebecca and Happy are going to make a lot of money by doing requests, by which they're going to the forest to defeat a monster, by which they actually meet a giant robot cat, which we actually see how that actually happens, as the giant robot cat was actually defeated by a by a now grown Shiki, whose hair is actually grown, by which scaring Rebecca, as they actually met first encountered by the same way that Natsu and Lucy actually met, by which it was, well, somehow a first funny moments of the first encounter. And Shiki actually asked Rebecca to be his friend, which his grandfather, who actually died over, which he actually died over years ago, by which we actually go to the tavern where Happy and Rebecca are actually going to, which Shinki is actually there, which he actually introduced the robots that are there, which are Mayra, John, Annie, and Michael, which he actually told them that they're his friends, and by which they give him food as a token of their first guest being on Granbell Kingdom, and which Rebecca is wearing a lovely dress as they're celebrating their first time in the Granbell Kingdom. A spy actually looked at them, who actually reported back to the king, who actually getting ready to execute them. By which she's Shiki actually told Rebecca and Happy that he's doing repairs. By which he actually doing repairs on the giant robot cat, and the fact that he actually fixing them as well. By which he actually is passed out. which Rebecca decided to cut his hair while she actually goes to sleep with Happy as well. Which Shiki hair, it actually looks like Natsu from Fairy Tale, which actually does look similar. But anyway, when Rebecca actually woke up, she actually found herself tied up to a pole, which she actually gonna be burned by the king, who actually got all the robots being trance, which Shinki actually appeared to help her and Happy, by which he actually saw his friends being in a trance, which they told him that they're not his friends. By which Michael told him, who's actually under the king's influence, that robots and humans cannot be friends, which caused Shinki to be enraged by the fact that the king is actually hypnotize him. Which the king is actually a combat bot, which his body is actually like a knight, but it's actually a robot body. By which all the robots are getting ready to attack Shiki by the fact that he doesn't have a ship. By the which even though that he's human, he's also getting ready to protect those who was his friends, even though he still have memories of his friends. By which Rebecca started to cry because she actually felt sorry for Shinki because his friends have been turned down. By which, during that time, he remembered the same words that his grandfather taught him, by cherish them his whole life, and which caused a light to appear, in which Shinki actually caused all the robots to be pushed back, which Rebecca and the king is shocked by the fact that we actually see Shiki arm, which his arm is actually something that we never actually seen, as we're about to see him bell the king, the king combat droid, combat bot, sorry, as he is about to fight him. Happy is actually untie himself and Rebecca, which he actually saw Shiki arm, which is revealed to be an Aster gear, by which is actually a Aster flows within the body, by the fact that which is like a machine turned into power, which is the power of the Dark Ages, by which he uses it to defeat him, and which he actually used the new technique, Demon Machine style heavy fist, to defeat the King combat bot, and that attack actually caused the ground to shake, and which would cause Rebecca and Happy to float up and almost fall into the ground, by which Shiki actually came to their rescue, by which he actually saw Rebecca, which Rebecca and Happy saw Shiki flying, which is actually the gravity Easter gear, in which he used it to fly to their ship over at the ocean, and which they went inside of their ship, in which they use in which their ship is actually launched launched out of the land, in which we actually see that the land that Shiki actually live is actually called, well, this is actually called the Cherry Blossom Cosmos, which is a ship to travel through the cosmos, and right which the land that he actually, which the land that Rebecca comes from is called Planet Blue Garden. Is where, sorry, is where Rebecca is from, in which Shiki is going to go there, in which the light, the comet that Shinki actually saw was actually a dragon, and we actually see a dragon there, and it's actually a dragon comet. Cosmos, sorry. And by the fact that it was actually amazing. But we actually go back to Granbell Kingdom and see the king. We actually see the backflash between we actually see Rebecca from another planet, in which Shinsuke actually go to the planet. Go to Planet Blue Garden where Rebecca lives, in which we're about to see how all of this will play out, as we seen how the Demon King actually saw Shiki, in which every robot is actually on the ground, in which the planet, which actually the Granbell Kingdom is actually called Planet Granbell, and all the function has been halted by the fact that they were actually under the program, and by which by which Rebecca told Shinki about the planet that he's actually lived, by the fact he's actually shedding tears as he actually thanks Rebecca, as he actually is crying the fact that he is actually grateful. And so he's about to go on a journey with Rebecca and Happy, and he is going through the cosmos to make friends. And that is why his name is Shinki Granbell. And that is it on the first chapter of Eden's Zero. And I actually enjoy this manga chapter, and Hiro Mashima is actually outdid himself. He did a good job on the manga, and I really actually enjoy of how Shiki and Rebecca look like Natsu and Lucy from Fairy Tail, and I am surprised that Happy is there with them on this new manga. And I actually love in this new manga chapter, and I hope to see more of it soon. So I hope that we're going to see a lot more manga chapters and more adventures with Shinki and Rebecca. So I hope we're going to see more of it. So anyway, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment on what you think about the manga chapter. You guys can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and like my Facebook page. Until then, this is Emmy Guy here saying sign out. Laters.